This brief video will review unemployment and the 5 causes of unemployment. Unemployment occurs when individuals of a working age that are willing and able to work are actively seeking work but are unable to find employment. Unemployment excludes people who are not seeking work, such as those who have retired or are studying full-time. In order to calculate the unemployment rate, you take the number of unemployed people, which is the total number of people actively seeking employment, and you divide that by the labour force, which is the total number of people either employed or unemployed and actively seeking work, and you times that by 100. Let's take a look at an unemployment rate calculation. The total labour force in a nation is 950,000. Of these, 47,500 are unemployed. Calculate the unemployment rate. You could pause the video now if you'd like and calculate the answer. We know that the formula is the number of unemployed people divided by the labour force times by 100. The number of unemployed people here is 47,500. We divide that by 950,000 and times that by 100, and that gives us an answer of 5%. The unemployment rate is 5% in this scenario. Here are the 5 main reasons or causes of unemployment. Frictional unemployment, cyclical demand-deficient unemployment, structural unemployment, seasonal unemployment, and real wage inflexibility. Frictional unemployment. Frictional unemployment refers to the temporary unemployment that occurs when people are in between jobs. This is a natural and unavoidable type of unemployment because workers will always experience some time gap between leaving one job and finding another. Examples include graduates looking for their first job, people moving to a new city for work, or workers voluntarily leaving a job to search for a better opportunity. When it comes to frictional unemployment, it is temporary and it's usually short-term or does not last long. It happens due to the time it takes to search for a job, which can include researching job opportunities, attending interviews, or waiting for job offers. There will always be some form of frictional unemployment in an economy because job searches are an inevitable part of the labour market. This is why it is unlikely to have 100% employment. Cyclical or demand-deficient unemployment. Cyclical unemployment occurs when there is an economic downturn, recession, or a change in the business cycle. It happens when there is not enough demand for goods and services in the economy. It typically occurs during periods of economic decline or recession. During a recession or when the economy is shrinking, consumers tend to spend less money. When people buy fewer goods and services, businesses earn less revenue. To cope with lower profits, businesses are forced to cut costs, and one of the first ways they do this is by reducing their workforce, laying off workers. And as a result, unemployment rises. As businesses close or reduce their staff, output in many industries decreases. For example, if people are buying fewer cars during a recession, car manufacturers may cut production, leading to layoffs in factories and in related industries like parts suppliers or car dealerships. Structural unemployment. Structural unemployment occurs when there is a mismatch between the skills of workers and the jobs available in the economy. It occurs when the economy undergoes significant changes, such as technological advancements or shifts in the type of industries that are growing or shrinking. Changes in the types of industries that dominate an economy can lead to structural unemployment. For example, as the UK shifted from a manufacturing-based economy to a service-based economy, many workers in industries like shipbuilding or coal mining faced unemployment because their skills were no longer needed. With structural unemployment, new technology may replace certain jobs, meaning that workers with outdated skills can no longer find work. For example, the rise of automation and AI has reduced the need for certain manual jobs, like those in manufacturing or assembly lines. Some workers may struggle to transition to new industries because they lack the skills needed in those sectors. For example, some workers that have been employed in the heavy industries like steel manufacturing and textiles. Now, As these industries have declined due to automation, outsourcing, and changing global trade patterns, many workers, unfortunately, found it difficult to transition into new sectors. When it comes to structural unemployment, you should remember the following two terms: occupational immobility of labour and geographical immobility of labour. Occupational immobility of labour refers to the difficulty of moving from one type of job to another because workers lack the necessary skills, qualifications, or experience. When it comes to geographical immobility of labour, this means that workers are unable or unwilling to move to a different location for a job. This could be due to personal reasons like family or home ownership, or there could be some other financial barriers. For example, someone living in a rural area might not want to move into the city, even if there are better job opportunities. Seasonal unemployment occurs when people lose their jobs or find it difficult to get work due to the time of year. Certain industries and sectors have regular periods of high demand and low demand based on the seasons. For example, the tourism industry may see more employment during the summer months when more tourists visit, while winter might see fewer tourists, leading to a decrease in jobs in that sector. Industries like agriculture, tourism, construction, and retail are more affected by seasonal changes. Since seasonal unemployment is predictable, workers often return to their jobs in the next season, so it is less damaging than the other types of unemployment. A worker at a ski resort might experience seasonal unemployment during the summer months, as there is less demand for ski instructors when there is no snow. Real wage inflexibility. Real wage inflexibility occurs when wages are higher than the market equilibrium. It refers to a situation where wages or salaries do not easily adjust in response to changes in market conditions. There are key factors that can cause real wage inflexibility, and they include minimum wage laws, preventing wages from falling below a certain level, trade unions that have bargained for higher wages, which can keep wages rigid, employment contracts. Workers and employers may have long-term agreements that prevent quick wage adjustments. An example of real wage inflexibility is when the government increases the national minimum wage for workers. For many businesses, especially smaller firms, this increase in the minimum wage creates a problem. These businesses might not be able to afford the higher wages because their profits are already thin or their revenue hasn't increased enough to cover the additional costs. Now, the inflexibility occurs because the firm cannot easily adjust to these new wage costs because the wages are set by the law, the national minimum wage, and must be paid regardless of whether the firm's revenue has increased or not. And this is an example of real wage inflexibility because the wages are rising without consideration for the firm's ability to pay them. Thank you for watching this video. The next two videos that will appear on the screen are what YouTube thinks you should watch next.